Kristen here. Happy Friday. Do you guys see me drinking out of my big ass water bottle? I've been sucking at drinking water, so I am chugging water, especially because I'll be having some wine this weekend. So I'm definitely getting my water. And hello, let me know if you're here on the live. Hashtag replay if you're watching the replay. I am super excited to have you guys here. Sorry for the delay. I was getting my lighting set up. Still not perfect, but we're going to go with it anyway. All right, so let me know if you're live here in the group, Health and Weight Loss for Foodies. Guys, feel free to invite your friends to this group. I'm going to get back to more live trainings over the course of December and leading into 2021. I just wrapped up my CMW Healthy and Happy Holiday Challenge, so that took up a ton of my time, but I'm back here excited to share some more trainings with you guys about nutritional topics and fitness related topics for that matter. But I have been getting so many questions about wine. And I don't know if it's because it's the holidays and people are just gathering more, or even doing social distance gathering via Zoom or other virtual platforms. But I don't know about you guys, but I've always loved wine. All right, so comment here in the chat with your favorite type of wine if you didn't already talk about it in the group. I want to know your favorites. I love all kinds of wine, guys. A lot of you guys know I'm Italian, so I know it's in my blood. I love red wine, white wine. I love champagne, Prosecco, big fan. One of my favorite activities is actually to go hiking and then go to the vineyards right after. And I just did that over the Thanksgiving weekend for my birthday celebration in Northern Virginia. So super grateful to be able to do that. But guys, I also want to just tell you that it is possible to lose weight or live a healthy lifestyle and enjoy wine. And I want to talk a little bit about why that is, and also go more into the good, the bad, and the truth about wine. Because like I said, I get so many questions about it. I get lots of people saying, Kristen, this new wine came out. It's sugar-free, vegan, organic, it's low-carb wine. It's like all these, labels on it, right? And I'm like, well, what do you think of this? And so I have so many thoughts about the marketing about wine. And so I kind of want to talk a little bit about that today as well, because I don't want you guys to get that scammed. All right, so I'm going to go into that as well. But like I said, love wine here. My husband actually proposed to me on a vineyard in San Francisco. We got engaged in Sonoma County. So I want to really share my passion for wine with you guys, but also answer a lot of questions out there about, is wine good for you? Is it bad for you? What's the truth about wine? Can I lose weight and drink wine at the same time? Or if I want to have a healthy lifestyle, can I have wine? Yes, you can. Here's how it works. So the good news about wine, okay, and why it can be part of a healthy lifestyle is because there are so many health benefits to wine, right? So for example, as many of you guys probably know, and if you can't read this, don't worry, I'm going to say it out loud to you guys. But wine is rich, red wine specifically, is rich in polyphenols, right? And so we've heard of polyphenols before. Olive oil, for example, is also rich in polyphenols. But red wine specifically is rich in the polyphenol resveratrol, okay? Try to say that 10 times fast, resveratrol. And resveratrol, actually the highest concentration of resveratrol is found in Pinot Noir. So Jen Christensen, I know you're a Pinot Noir girl. That's something good to drink too. Highest concentration there. Also, what's good about red wine is that, is that it may protect the heart, right? Prevent heart damage, and it can help raise HDL, which is the good cholesterol, right? And so what resveratrol does, guys, it actually protects the blood vessel lining. So when your LDL, which is the bad cholesterol, is higher, the resveratrol can actually strengthen the blood vessel lining, so it minimizes the attack of the LDL on the blood, right, and on the heart, right? So it does help prevent against heart damage, right? So it may protect the heart and increase HDL, right? Now, guys, I want you to understand something. If you do any sort of research, okay, or you read all different publications, which I have, right? I wouldn't be talking to you guys about this if I haven't done my own research, okay? But if you read all different studies, they're conflicting, So some, for example, will say, well, there's very little evidence that wine will help improve the heart, right? Or protect the heart or increase HDL. And then some studies say that, yes, it does indeed. So it really depends what you're reading, guys. But overall, there are more studies that show that it can increase HDL and protect the heart more than studies that show there's no effect. And it also really depends on the person. And it also depends how much you're drinking, which I'm going to go into in a little bit. Okay, because as you guys probably know, too much is not a good thing. All right. So second thing I want to say about wine in general, okay, is that alcohol can be used as a stress reliever. Now, are there many other ways to relieve stress that are healthier? Absolutely. I can think of 100, and I'm sure you guys can as well. However, you can have alcohol, and I actually will go over like the recommended, alcohol for, a healthy lifestyle or what you can get away with. But alcohol can help us relax, right? And oftentimes, guys, when we have these super stressful lifestyles, right, and you have a little bit, for some people, that helps. I'm not saying everyone needs to do it, but there are a lot worse things we can do, right? So it can be part of a healthy lifestyle in terms of reducing stress, okay, when done properly. Last but not least, another benefit of wine is that it's absolutely delicious. Obviously, it's part of our culture. It's part of socializing, gathering. Our ancestors drank wine. At least my ancestors did, right? For example, like some of the longest living civilizations in the world. Okay, the Blue Zones, for example. If you look at the Sardinians, right, they drink wine every single day, right? And so they're fine because it does help with protecting the blood vessel lining and also with the heart. So there are some health benefits to wine, just so you guys know. All right, the back. All right, notice my list here is a little bit longer. So I want to talk a little bit about hormones here because I get a lot of questions about balancing hormones and how to do that, especially as we get older. People are really concerned about their hormones, particularly women that I've worked with. And so I want to be clear about something, guys, in terms of alcohol in general. All right, when we consume alcohol, what happens with our estrogen and our testosterone, right? So as women, for example, we typically have higher estrogen and lower testosterone, where men are the opposite, right? When it comes to these two hormones, there is going to be an inverse relationship at most times, okay? So here's what happens when we drink any alcohol, for that matter, okay? So let's say we have more estrogen and less testosterone for women automatically. When we drink alcohol, wine in this example, our estrogen continues to go up and our testosterone drops. Okay, so men, for example, let's say you're this way. Okay, men have higher testosterone, lower estrogen, right? And so when men drink wine or any alcohol, right, it's gonna go like this, right? So when you think of man boobs, oh my God, guys, where are they coming from? Too much alcohol. Okay, so right there for my guys, that should be a motivation to drink less. Okay. So it does have an effect on your testosterone levels. Also, let's say you love to work out. You love to lift weights, which is great for building building muscle and raising your testosterone levels, right? The moment you do a workout, your testosterone levels go up, right? Let's say you go out and have a beer after, okay, or wine or like whatever. You drink something or a lot. Your testosterone levels that you just worked so hard to elevate and your HGH, your human growth hormone, those go down from alcohol immediately. Okay, so that's just something else to think about. Also, too, guys, when we consume alcohol, not only is it affecting our hormone balance, and as you guys know, too much estrogen is known to lead to fat storage, right? So when we're elevating our estrogen, we're also increasing our body's ability to store fat, right? But also, when we are drinking alcohol, we are taking our body out of fat burning mode. Okay, I don't have that written on here, but I'll tell you right now. Taking our body out of fat burning mode. Hashtag, oh no. Who wants that? We all want to be in fat burning mode all the time, right? We want to be burning the calories we're consuming, right? Or the calories we have in store. So that's another consequence of drinking too much alcohol, okay? Or even alcohol in general. You will take your body out of fat burning mode when you consume alcohol, right? There are 4 macronutrients: protein, fat, carbs. Alcohol's the 4th. So just like in math, okay, we learned this in 2nd grade, right? Or 3rd grade, I forget. There's the order of operations, right? PEMDAS, right? Parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division, addition, subtraction, right? In macronutrients, there's an order of operations in terms of how your body metabolizes these macronutrients. Guess what the very first macronutrient that your body digests is? Take a guess right here in the comments. I don't see it yet, but I'll tell you. Alcohol. All right. So when you're consuming alcohol with food, right, your body's going to burn the alcohol first, which is 7 calories per gram, mind you. It's higher than protein and carbs, which is 4 calories per gram, right? You're going to burn the alcohol and you're going to store all the other food, the carbs, protein, and fat, right? So that's the problem there too, right? So you're taking your body out of fat burning mode because you're burning off the alcohol and you're storing the fat, carbs, and protein, whatever you're eating. Okay, so that's another consequence, right? Especially if you're in the weight loss mode and you're trying to burn off the food you're eating, right? You want to be in a caloric deficit. Alcohol makes that way harder to do. Okay, empty calories. Okay, so I was just talking about the caloric value of alcohol, for example, the energy value. So as I said, alcohol is 7 calories per gram. And just so you understand something, protein and carbs are 4 calories per gram, right? So those of you who count macros, for example, I don't count macros, but I know a lot about it. You can see that alcohol is almost double the amount of calories as in protein and carbs. Fat is 9 calories per gram, right? So there's way more energy in those calories that you're consuming. But alcohol is dense in calories, and as I said before, it's empty calories. So there's really no nutritional value, right? You're not getting fiber, you're not getting any like nutrients, all right, unless you're getting a little bit of resveratrol and red wine. But other than that, there's no nutrients in alcohol, so it's empty calories. Furthermore, it'll increase your hunger, right? So when you drink more, you're gonna want to eat more, and that's gonna make anyone's weight loss journey way harder. Okay, and of course, like even though your appetite goes up, you don't want like healthy food most of the time. Like I know, like I want pizza. So pizza and wine go hand in hand for me, right? So that's another problem with consuming wine, okay, or even too much wine. Also, it's habit forming, right? So a lot of times we just get really used to drinking wine with dinner or as we cook, or coming home from work and having a glass of wine, or going out to the happy hour several times a week, and we get used to it. It just becomes part of life. And if we're able to limit it, that's fine, but sometimes we're not, right? And it becomes habit, right? Finishing off a bottle of wine, for example, that's like all right for some people I've worked with, and so that's an issue when it comes to too much, right? And the problem with drinking too much wine, as some of you guys probably know, is it can increase chances for liver damage, and it also increases high blood pressure, right? I would say probably a third of the clients I work with struggle with hypertension, which is high blood pressure, right? And so it's really important that we realize that alcohol's impact. So while a little bit of alcohol can actually lower blood pressure, and there's studies that prove that, right? Too much will increase blood pressure. So it's all about moderation, all about that, okay? All right, let's get into the truth. So this is what I want, this is the best part, because, there we go. I get so many questions, I'm gonna come over here. I get so many questions about like sugar and alcohol and wine, and I wanna like just nip this in the butt once and for all. Charisse, what's up? Yay! All right, so wine, let me go back to wine. Wine is not sugary. There is not sugar in wine. Can we just cut that out immediately? So when you see these ads coming on your Instagram and your Facebook, Dry Farms Wine, oh my God, you guys, that title right there, God forbid someone in this group works for them, but I'm gonna bash them right now. Total marketing scheme. Dry farm, right? So when we think dry wine, we think less sugar. That is not true, okay? That is a myth. When we think farm, okay, it comes from the farm. Well, that's probably true. But again, it's not the sugar in wine that gives it the calories. It's the alcohol that's in the wine, okay? So here's an example. When we consume wine, right, it is fermented grapes. Grapes have a lot of sugar in them, hands down, right? However, when we ferment wine, we go through the fermentation process, right, it breaks down the sugar, right? Same thing with kombucha, for example. If you ever make kombucha, it's a ton of sugar, right, or fruit juices, probably both, that actually make it. But when we go through the fermentation process, it completely changes the macronutrient, right? And so when you actually look at how much sugar is in 5 ounces of wine, it might be 1 or 2 grams maximum, right? It's really not a lot of sugar at all. So when you see these marketing points like 0 grams of sugar, less calories, right? If there's less calories, it's less alcohol, because what determines the caloric value, how many calories are in wine, is how much alcohol is in the wine. So here's a tidbit for you. Red wine, all right, resveratrol is higher in like Pinot Noir, for example, and in the red wines, right? Because the grapes go longer in the fermentation process. So because of that, there's going to be a darker wine and there's more resveratrol. You can actually, just by eating blueberries, cranberries, grapes, obviously, and peanuts. Peanuts actually have resveratrol in it as well. You can also get that. Resveratrol benefits. You can also take a supplement for resveratrol. You don't have to drink wine to get resveratrol for your heart, right? Just so you guys know that. But when you go through the fermentation process, it really breaks down all the sugar, right? Now, I will say kombucha has more sugar. If you look at the label, for example, it has more sugar than wine does, right? So if you're a kombucha drinker and you're like, ooh, I don't drink wine because it's too much sugar, there's actually more in kombucha. But it's really not sugary, right? So going back to the red wine versus white wine, a lot of people think if they're on the weight loss journey, oh, I should drink red wine because red wine's better for me. Well, actually, red wine tends to be more caloric than white wine. And the reason why is because most red wines have more alcohol in them. So for example, a nice Pinot Noir might have anywhere from 12 to 13%. A Cab might have anywhere from 13.5 to 14%. Okay, so whereas a Pinot Grigio, I've noticed a lot of you guys are Pinot Grigio here in the group. Pinot Grigios have anywhere from like 11 to 12% ABV, alcohol by volume. So what actually determines the calories in wine is the ABV. So if you use MyFitnessPal, for example, and you just type in MyFitnessPal, I had red wine, right, 5 ounces, and it says like 130 calories, whatever. That could be, plus or minus like 20, 30 calories, right? Easy, right? Just because we don't know what kind of red wine you're consuming. Right? And do I know all the calories of Malbec, Syrah, Zinfandel off the top of my head? No, I don't do that kind of stuff. Not my thing. But you can look at the ABV, right? And that'll help you a little bit more. So if you are looking to reduce your caloric intake, you can look for wines with less alcohol. So that's why a lot of these wines that are coming out in the market, they're saying less calories. Usually it's not because of less sugar, it's because of less alcohol in them. So if you're drinking like a few of them, you're like, I don't feel anything, because there's not a lot of alcohol in them. Okay, just so you guys know that. All right, can be less damaging than seltzers. What do I mean by that? Okay, so oftentimes when people are on the weight loss journey, for example, they go for like the vodka sodas, or they go for like the seltzers, like the White Claws or the Trulies, for example, 100 calories for a can. Totally fine. That's great because it's portion controlled. You know exactly what you're consuming. There's a label, and you can kind of manage it that way. The problem with seltzers, at least in my experience, is that people tend to drink them really quickly. Like they can easily put down like a few of those, right? And that can add up in calories. Whereas wine, people that really enjoy wine, we savor it and we sip on it, and like it's more of it's a social situation, right? And we enjoy it. So it's definitely more in that case controllable. Like to drink 3 glasses of wine will maybe take you longer. It honestly depends on the person. I shouldn't even generalize this. But what I've found is that I don't want you guys to feel like you have to drink these low-cal drinks to lose weight, right? Because if you're able to moderate your alcohol, then you don't have to worry about it. Drink what you enjoy. That's the most important thing. Because all alcohol has calories, all of it, right? So it's a matter of you managing how many you're consuming. Okay. And so how many drinks can I get away with? That's a great question. I get this a lot. So for health, right? So what is allowed or recommended for a healthy lifestyle? So up to 1 drink per day for women, okay? And in our wine situation, that's 5 ounces. So 5 ounces per day is considered healthy. That will help with protecting the heart, helping to raise HDL, right? So that it will give you your resveratrol as well if you're drinking red wine in that case. I love champagne. Anyone here a champagne girl or guy? I'm sorry. I love champagne. That's my jam. So that's for women, and then up to 2 drinks per day for men. So just to clarify, that's 5. That'll be 10 ounces of wine. Beer is 12 ounces. That's what they consider 1 drink. So it'll be 24 ounces of beer for men. All right. You're probably thinking, well, why do men get 2? 1, because typically men weigh more, and number 2, men have more of the enzyme that helps them metabolize alcohol better. So that's why women might have a couple drinks and men have more, and they're in the same playing field. All right. Last but not least, and I want to really emphasize this because I have worked with people that are like, Kristen, I want to lose weight, I want to improve my energy, and I want to feel really, really good and like have a sustainable lifestyle, but I really don't want to give up wine. Like I really enjoy it. How can I do that? And I'm here to tell you that it's completely possible to enjoy wine and lose weight at the same time. It can be part of a weight loss solution. Absolutely. Will you be drinking as much as your friends and family? Maybe not, but you can absolutely enjoy wine in moderation. And that is what I do in Create My Weight, is I teach everyone how to enjoy not just wine, but cookies and candy. I love cookie dough, for example. How to enjoy the things you love, margaritas, or whatever it is. Enjoy the things you love in a way that can help you lose weight, but also be healthy. So as you guys can see, there are health benefits, okay, to drinking wine, but too much will lead to weight gain. Absolutely, hands down. All right. So if you're drinking wine every night and you're trying to lose weight, That's probably not the best idea, right? We know that. But do you have to give it up completely? No, right? But it also depends on what you're doing in your life. It depends on how active you are. It depends on what you're eating with all of your meals. It depends on a lot of lifestyle aspects. And so what I do in Create My Weight is I help people really look at their life and determine like what foods serve them best, how they can get to their goal weight by still enjoying wine, enjoying the foods they love in a way that's healthy. Health first, weight loss second, both with strategy. Okay, so if you're really interested in learning how to enjoy wine and live a healthy lifestyle, lose the weight you want, even over the holidays. You guys, I don't know about you, but I know I drink more wine over the holidays than any other time of the year, right? So I'm Italian, like over my birthday and Thanksgiving, we had lots of red wine, went to several wineries, super, super big in my family, right? And we all love red wine, for example, and I love white too. So I want you guys to know that you can enjoy the holidays, enjoy the wine that you want with your loved ones, and get the results that you're looking for. So if you're looking to learn more, I encourage you to book a free call with me. All right, createmyweight.com/apply. And what we'll do is we'll hop on a call and we'll get crystal clear about what you need to be successful. All right, so you'll tell me what foods you love, what foods you don't like, and where you are right now in your weight loss journey. What you're struggling with, and telling me like, I've tried this diet, it's so strict, I'm looking for something new. Right, I want to know what you've been going through. All right, we'll get really clear on that. So createmyweight.com/apply. You can have wine and chocolate and live the life that you want, feeling good in your body, having more energy, okay, and getting the results you deserve. If you're ready to give yourself a big gift, book a free call with me. createmyweight.com/apply. I hope you guys have an amazing weekend. Please comment here with any questions that you have about anything I talked about today. And if I don't see you on the live here, I will definitely make sure I comment on them in the group to answer your questions. Okay, I'm going to hop off here, guys. Have an awesome, awesome weekend. Charisse, thank you for joining me live. I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.